Aloha dudes and dudettes from Cardiff State Beach, and we're going to paddle out and see what it looks like. I will tell you that the waves were supposed to be 3 to 4 feet. Low tide was at just before 9 a.m. and you know what? I got there right after that. You remember the seagulls that were attacking my drone at Wind and Sea? Well, I hunted down and found out the leader of the pack. So this is it. You know, I checked it out this morning and it got a green light, and it deteriorated in about 2 hours to what you see here. It's almost like small storm surf, very irregular. It's a west swell is the dominant swell, and this is where normally everybody's getting the waves. I'm going to fly a little bit further south, and it seems that the guys were picking up the waves better there, but it really wasn't anything to write home about, if you get my drift. Heading down to those guys right down there. I did end up taking some more construction videos at the end, so if you want to check that out. Okay, paddle paddle. Couldn't drop in, but someone else on the inside. This is the wave of the day. Very disappointed. Very disappointing. I sent Larry a text on the way in and said this is the worst that I've ever videoed. Actually, here's another wave. I think these are about the only 2 rides I got. It's just, they were just all struggling out there, and I don't blame them. It was just yucky. So I decided, let me tell you, I'm going to be in Oahu. So if you're interested, connect with Instagram. The address is coming up in a second. And that way, when I go to Oahu, I'll be shooting out some video segments for your enjoyment. So I thought I'd strafe the beach, heading south at Cardiff, heading down toward Seaside, which is way down at the end of the beach. But notice the beach on the left where they planted, they made some like berms, but they planted some vegetation. And if anyone knows what that vegetation is, I know it's kind of hard to see from here, but it always amazes me that things can grow and find nutritional value in sand. You know, like there's zero soil. So now we're gonna head in and check it out. Do you see that area right there? I'll look at it from a different perspective later on, but it's like everything else is green, and then they've got this area. It's almost like an oval track, like a racetrack, and I'm wondering what they're going to do there. If anyone knows what they're planning on doing, I'd really appreciate just put in the comments, you know, like this is the plan. So now we're going to head down to the place where they're doing all the filling in and check that out. I'm very interested in knowing what the scope of the entire project is going to be, because you can see they've been working here for, well, over a year. But later on, I'm going to fly over where there's another area where they're doing some construction, and they built like a footbridge. And so I'm trying to figure out what is going on. I'd like to share it with everybody else. So if you know, write in the comments down below. Here's the work that I mentioned. It looks like a wooden footbridge, and the visitor center is on the other side. And I would guess that they're going to make some type of access to this other area, but I really don't know. So if anyone knows any of this stuff, I'd sure like to know. I'd share it with everybody else too. Heading back, and I realize there's a train coming in a few minutes, so I think I'm going to park right there on the railroad tracks and wait for it, because I have my faster drone. This is the Inspire 2, made by DJI. I've had it to 63 miles an hour when it was brand new, but top speed is supposed to be 58 miles, and the fastest I could get it to go today was just a little bit over 50. So we're going to wait for the train that's southbound train Amtrak, and then I'm going to swivel around and chase it down if I can. Here it comes. It's coming downhill. Remember, it's picking up speed. I wanted to gain some altitude because I didn't want to run into any wires that I couldn't see, and I actually sort of blew the whole thing, went too high. But anyway, I would approximate their speed at 55 to 60 miles an hour, probably 60, because he's pulling away from me. I can't tell for sure if there's going to be any waves next week or not. This week looks pretty poor. If there are no waves, then I will see you in my next video from Hawaii. That's going to be cool. I'm going to drive around the island and find some waves. Coming in for landing, so you know what that means. We're at the end of the video, so you can stick a fork in me because I am done. I'll catch you on the flipper. 5x5 in the pipe, over and dude out.